everyone, and welcome to a brand new podcast with MZ Presents. And today we have Joe Brooks.
Hello.
He is a drummer in the band Pilhouse and also a DJ and producer. How are you doing today?
Lovely.
That's good. So basically, I just wanted to ask you a few questions today about your DJing career and also how you play drums in a band called Pilhouse. And I just wanted to know, how did you first start getting into music?
Okay, so I think when I was 8, my dad and I got given a guitar for Christmas. We started playing together. But he got a CD that had a lot of a bit more difficult guitar parts on it. And being older, he was a lot more persistent than me. So I got given a country style acoustic guitar kind of CD. And on that was there was a lot of small 4-5-1 chord progressions, just going around playing country guitar when I had an electric guitar. And obviously I just wanted to shred when I was 8, but I couldn't shred because I couldn't even pay attention to eating dinner. After that, that went on for I think a year. I think I was starting to play guitar for them. And at school we had like a gifted and talented music thing. So there was about 10 of us who got put into this little group. And every Thursday, I think we'd meet up in my primary school's music room, which had a lot of steel drums in there. So, they're kind of like Trinidad and Tobago, Caribbean music. We played a lot of that sort of stuff. And being in that little extra group when I was, maybe 8 or 9, we got to start playing a couple of years early. And we also got to start learning how to play a lot of the percussive instruments involved in that. And mainly one of those was the drums. And I guess after that, it was just, I'd be in there every lunchtime at school playing drums. Then secondary school, being there every lunchtime playing drums there as well. And yeah, that went on for quite a few years and me just playing drums until I was about 15 when I realised that there's more to just whacking things about music. So yeah, started playing piano, picked up a little bass. I guess on and off, just using the theory for those two as well, trying to play some guitar. I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty useless at those three, but I can work my way around them. I know how to get across any point that I'm trying to make. Then, I guess, in terms of creation, started when I was 16. I went to this group called Arts Train. Really, really good. It was kind of like, I'd always wanted to get into making music, but none at my secondary school was too bothered, which was a bit frustrating. But this group was, I guess, people in Bromley who auditioned, and everyone was in like sixth form level, and they just wanted to know if you were, I guess, into making music, and you had a decent level of skill to be able to go ahead and sit down and play and jam musicians. And I got into this group, and there was about 6 or 7 other people in there. We spent the whole year making like neo soul and jazz kind of stuff, which was really cool because I guess beforehand I was just like 15-year-old with long hair, kicking around footballs, only listening to indie rock. So that was quite nice. Well, and dubstep actually. That's a lot. I did used to like dubstep, and then so after going back into that group, that kind of got me more into playing like piano and bass and stuff as well. And I guess that's when theory-wise I started to get a bit more aware. I started to pick up a few extra things that I wanted to know, which was, I guess, about music, tonally. So things started to get a bit more interesting, I think, for me then. And then when I left school, because I'd done music technology, A-level, was quite into it. And just after, this was in year 13, sorry. I was going out with a few of my friends. There was only a few of us who wanted to go out to clubs and stuff. Everyone else just wanted to go, listen to chart music and small little bars and stuff, which I guess after 6 or 7 times kind of realised that that's not what I wanted to do. And then we went to Fabric, did what you do at Fabric, listened to some drum bass, and then after that it was just, I guess since then, just trying to slam as much production as possible, really. DJing as well, I guess.
Yeah, no, of course, and I've heard some of your stuff and it's very, very good, so that's really cool. No, you're welcome. And So your band Pilhouse, I know you formed at uni, so how did that come about? Did you just meet together, you just met together and then did you just say, oh, let's form a band? Or
Before uni I had a band, Stray Foxes. I think the music was quite good, but as a band we kind of sucked. We didn't really focus too much on anything other than occasionally meeting up, occasionally playing gigs. Also during first year of uni, being 2 years ago, me, James, Billy, Finn, we was all aware that we all played these instruments, we all wanted to make music, we all wanted to collaborate together, I guess. But I don't know how, if the others at all put it off. I mean, I know Billy did. Billy wanted to do it from the start. I think Finn did as well. James too, actually. I think, I was the only one who didn't push for it straight away. So we ended up forming in second year as a result of a Battle of the Bands contest we saw, and we thought, why not? We've been putting this off for a while. This is a really good start, really good thing for us to just leap into it and do. In doing a music degree, I had a lot of help in the direction that I hadn't had in Stray Foxes, and everything in Pilhouse just seemed to go a lot nicer and a lot smoother.
That's quite interesting. You say that you wasn't going to go for it straight away as the band, as you weren't so on it as the others were. Is that because maybe you wanted to focus down a more technological side of things, like with DJing and producing, or?
I always thought I had too many things that I want to do, which I guess in some ways is a downfall because it makes you jack of all trades, master of none, but then you're also diverse, which is quite nice because I guess I'm kind of getting to the point now where I don't just want to say, I make this music. I kind of just want to make all kinds of music for, whatever purpose that it's intended for. But yeah, definitely. I mean, it was mostly because I'd already had another band and I didn't want the stress of having two bands. Plus, when you're in a band, it's kind of it's practically the same as having a relationship, but not just with one person, but with three other people. And you've got people to manage, and you've got so much to sort out, and let alone if I had two relationships, that'd be a nightmare, let alone two relationships each with three people in them. So yeah, I thought, I'm not gonna burn myself out doing that, because like you said, I also had production stuff that I wanted to focus on. There was a lot of learning that I had to do in that direction towards production, because I guess it for me it's relatively new. I mean, not at the moment, I'm still three and a bit years into doing it, so by now fair enough, but I've been playing instruments since I was, 8, 14 years. That's stupid, isn't it? But I'm not 14 years good anyway, so let's just put that out there. But either way, there's a big difference between those two, and I needed to put a lot of time into production to, I guess, eventually get to somewhere that I want to be. And obviously I'm still not where I want to be yet, but hopefully I feel like I'm very close. At the end of the year, I think I'll be exactly where I want to be, and be in a position where I can start releasing the music that I want to release.
No, exactly, that's totally for sure. And as you say, you've been doing music technology for 3.5 years now, so by the time you finish your degree, you'll be ready and set to go into the big wide world and get on with the stuff, really. And so have you got any new songs coming out at the moment, or in drum and bass, or with Pilhouse, or?
Obviously with dubplate culture, it's constantly going back and forth between, well, not even back and forth, but constantly new tunes all the time. And I don't go out enough. I really wish. I mean, luckily enough, I'm going out tonight. I haven't been out to any drum and bass events since Boomtown, which is crazy to think, when it's just, I know, right? When I first got into it, it was I can't lie to you, I kind of messed up sixth form because I went out to too many drum and bass events. But the first, when it happened, it was 3 weekends a month I'd be out, and Friday night it'd be in Fabric, then it'd be Saturday it'd be Recovery, Sunday kind of still Recovery, and then you get no work done. But I didn't care, because I was just really sick and I just loved it that much. So yeah, thankfully I'm going out tonight. In terms of songs, I want to make something that's gonna last, and currently dance music, and well, no, not just dance music, but the way I produce dance music, it wouldn't last very long. I'm trying to produce an hour's worth of my own music. I feel like it's more important for me as a DJ to be able to craft a set that's solely me showing off me as an artist, rather than just being another DJ to go out and like smash and play loads of tunes. Like, don't get me wrong, that's sick. You know, you go to Pirate Studios, 3 hours with your mates, you're just like smashing tracks all over the place, really good. But I think for longevity, I guess that extra level of professionalism and to be known as an artist, like as a DJ, it's difficult because you're playing out to a crowd, right? Say it's safe to playing out to a crowd of like 70, 80, but you're playing on a stage, or you're playing in a booth, or you're playing somewhere where you're always gonna have a wall of MCs in front of you. Do you know what I mean? Like, and especially as I go up there in my own clothes. The only way people are gonna know me from the next DJ is just from the way I look. Do you know what I mean? Like, he could drop one tune, I could drop the same tune. No one's gonna cry about it. But if you go and do that at a gig, and you know someone does a cover of a song, someone overhears it and plays the cover the next time, you know you're gonna be outraged. I kind of am at the point where I'm trying to craft this hour-long, or maybe, you know, not just strictly an hour, but to have a lot of excess as well. But just to kind of like make it obvious that what I'm doing is me and not just going out and playing songs. So I guess in a way I'm giving you excuses for the fact that I haven't released any music yet. But I mean, I did release a track a couple of years ago. I was a bit, no, I'm not annoyed about it. That's a bit strong. I don't regret it either, but I would have wanted to be a bit further along before I did that. I think I'm a bit too picky about what I would want to put out. Like, honestly, I was looking back through some of my Dropbox stuff from last year that I was just sending mates, like, is this good? I feel about that music, how I felt at the time of making it, the same as I feel about the music I make at the moment. I don't think it's any better or any worse. But the eye-opening thing that happened the other day was I was looking through the Dropbox, listening to the music, and I was thinking, wow, this is actually pretty good. I remember thinking it was this good at the time, and thinking I could do something with this now. I should have released it. I've been a bit hesitant to release anything, but I shouldn't have been. So hopefully soon. That was the long answer, but in short, currently no, in the future yes.
I think it's hard, as you say, being a DJ and a producer as well, because you want to release stuff that you love and you think's great, but to another person it could sound really bad, or you know, they don't like the style or the tone of it. And you know, I think that's what especially stops me from releasing stuff that I've made, and I think, you know, I could sit on it for a year and it still wouldn't be something, you know, that really I'm really proud of. Like, I mean, I've released music that I'm proud of, but you know, it's really hard to get those good things in the song.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like the good thing about dance music, or you know, any electronic music in general, and I don't find this with band music or popular music, I guess, is that SoundCloud is really good because it's not your official discography. So, you know, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, once you put something up there, it's up there forever, and that's kind of the thing that you know, that's your legacy in a way, and obviously you want your legacy to be the best thing as possible. Now, with SoundCloud, you put something up, it will be up there forever, fair enough, you don't need to take it down. More recently, the way I've seen that is it's a platform for you to suggest ideas to your current audience. I think, you know, you don't need to put something up there that's like, yeah, this is finished. Like, not even there if it's finished, but yeah, this is album quality material. You know, you just want to put something up there for people to listen to and for people to get involved with, I guess. Sadly, I don't have as much time for drum bass production as I'd like. But what I would like to do is to be able to create this hour-long piece of, not like strictly an hour-long piece of music, but an hour's worth of music, and possibly select the few best ones that I put on SoundCloud. No intention of releasing them. You know, it's just strictly for, you know, some of them might even be like the equivalent of sitting down at a piano and running your fingers up and down scales. You know, it might just be a practice, it might have just been an exercise, it might just be something that's like just for the sake of trying, or you've got writer's block and you've like nicked someone else's idea and you're thinking, I'm going to do this just to get out of this state because I currently don't have the ideas to do something. I guess in doing the whole putting it on SoundCloud and doing these little exercises would be enough for you to be able to paint a picture of yourself in terms of, I guess, sound palette, you know, like enough for people to recognise what you are, and enough material for there to, I guess, find an average in what you are, which would be, you know, not only useful for yourself, but useful for other people to find out what you are. And I guess also for the sake of getting more feedback from people as well, I think that would be pretty good. But yeah, like I said, I really need to start doing that. I've done that every summer for the last couple of years, and I'm getting to the point where I think this summer, once uni's done, I could do that and I will be fairly happy with it, probably for the next couple of years.
Final question for today. It's a bit of a random question, but if you could DJ back to back with anyone in the entire world, who would you choose and why?
Going back to back with people is fun, especially going back to back with your mates and people who have slightly different styles to you. You know, immediately I thought I'd love to go back to back playing with Matthews, because I think I would learn a lot, and you know, he's such a crazy DJ. But I wouldn't learn anything from him, and that would be weird because I don't know him. So I'd probably be sitting there like, do you want a beer? And he's like, no, sorry, I'm teetotal. And you're like, okay, I don't really want to go back to back with you. So I think this would be really fun, a really nice little back to back. Guy called Reece Jarrett. I know him fairly well, and I think it'd be really cool if him and I did a back to back set one day. He's doing really well, actually. Him and there's another guy called Alchemist. They're really good. They're good mates, and they run this collective that they've been smashing it recently. So yeah, I'm gonna shout out them. But yeah, I mean I think that would be pretty cool, because that would be currently. But yeah, I mean, if we're going all time, which I'm probably sure is the answer you're going for, I'd say Netflix.
Oh, well, wicked. Well, thank you very much for your time, Joe. And this is the end of the podcast. And thank you for everyone who was listening.